We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Cottrell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. On first down, Cottrell. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown of the season, and Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. First carry now for Joshua Kelly, the former Brewer. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Cincinnati.
Here's Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bengals drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now Kelly. Able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On second down, here's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
And 12 at the 46.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Back to throw. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bengals drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, try and get things settled down a little bit.
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This is Kelly. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks, you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
17-0 our score after one.
Washington 17, Bengals nothing.
Second and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 30. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Open man is Ross, complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. That man right there, John Ross, remember, he ran the fastest combine 40 in history, 4.22 seconds, and he showed off that speed right there. Wow.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. That's complete to his running back, Joshua Kelly. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Play fake. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
7-yard line.
will throw on first down with Burrow. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now Burrow on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First down, Cincinnati.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Von Bell up to make the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll make it third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Burrow. Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Matt Bosher now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
It's caught at the 10. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24. Bengals 7.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Jonathan Allen.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll go again with Kelly. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down now, it's Kelly. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Airing one out for Boyd. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Kelly to try to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Bengals. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Matt Bosher is set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Now this one over the middle and into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now a give right side. Cottrell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Out of the gun now on third down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
To Antonio Gibson. 12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd down and 1.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a give right side. Cottrell. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll run on 1st down. Kellen, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Here's ball down at the 26. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Burrow. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by Kelly. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow, flush to his right. There's a short one caught by Uzomah, and he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On second down, Burrow. Complete to Kelly. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to face a third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a second down.
The 20-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it's third and short.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes this Washington 27, Bengals 20. Matt Bosher is set to...
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's complete to Gandy Golden. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bengals' 48-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now a give right side. Gibson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They'll run on 1st down. Cottrell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
1st down.
The gun, it's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now Burrow on first down. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35. A final shot now for Burrow, and that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Washington, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back.